you're bored of the luxury SUV usual suspects, I hear you say. You know, the BMW X5, which actually happens to be one of my favorites. The Audi Q7, oh, another favorite, or Mercedes-Benz GLC. Well, then Lexus's new RX model is for you. I mean, just look at these lines. And I never say something like that because I think that style and design is obviously very subjective. And what I think is beautiful, you might think is horrendous. But you cannot deny how good looking this car is. Just look at this color. I wish I'd found out the name of it, but I didn't. So Lexus interiors have always left me feeling a little bit underwhelmed and in fact annoyed. Do you remember the trackpad? I mean, I'm so glad they've done away with that because if you weren't left-handed and even just trying to navigate that thing was the pits. But thankfully that is gone, no longer. Even this 14-inch touchscreen infotainment system is easier and more intuitive to use. It's clearer. It just feels far more modern than the previous cabins that I've been in when it comes to Lexus. It does have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, but, you know, hating on the Samsungs, the Android Auto peeps have to connect via a cable. With that said, I tried to do it earlier with the cable, but I was unable to. Can't blame the car for that, it could have been me, but it's usually a lot simpler than that. Now, Lexus is generally very well spec'd, and the same goes for this RX. I mean, you've got ventilated and heated seats, you've got a heated steering wheel, which has been redesigned, as has the head-up display. It also has this very cool HD panoramic view monitor that has that transparent thing going on so you can see under the car. And it just makes your mind go, what? How do they do that? Look, it's got one of these now, do you know, seat memory. So now my seat is just adjusted back for me because the car is turned off. Always a nice thing to have because I like to press one and it knows exactly who I am. It also has a 21-speaker Mark Levinson sound system. I blasted it this morning and it sounded lovely. And then it's got a 3-zone climate control. But because this is a family car as well, or, you know, luxury SUV, big family car, I want to get into the back and see what the space is like there. Let's see how practical this car is. As you guys can tell, there is more than enough space in the back here. I'm very comfortable, but my favorite thing, guys, these seats recline. I mean, how cool is that for if you're on a road trip and you're the passenger? Gosh, so nice. I've left Lucas' car seat in here to show the space. Now, okay, his feet marks on the back seat here, but that's only because he likes to kick it. I tell him not to do it, but he doesn't listen all the time. He's 3.5. However, he is very comfortable here, and so is the front passenger. There's enough front legroom there, which isn't always the case, even in big SUVs, actually. But overall, the space here is really cool. I mean, the touches on here are just incredible. It's all very, very luxurious. This panoramic sunroof obviously gives an air of sort of more space and more headroom, but I've got, well, I mean, it's not exactly very high, but for me, I'm comfortable. The boot is 612 litres, so very, very generous, and I think fab for a luxury SUV in line with many of its competitors. So overall, I just think this rear, I'm happy to be back here, and I don't often say that. I like being the driver, but I could sit back here. There are no diesels on offer. There are petrol engines with a combination of either hybrid or non-hybrid versions. I'm in the R350h, which has a 2.5 litre naturally aspirated petrol engine, and then in combination with the hybrid system. So you're getting 184 kilowatts of power and 239 newton meters of torque. Now, if you're after performance, then this is probably not the model that you want to go for. This is more about efficiency, really. I mean, it's got a claimed fuel consumption of 5.4 litres per 100 Ks, which is really low. You're probably more likely to sit closer to 7. I'm on 7.3. I've got quite a heavy foot though, you know this. So you could get it lower, but 5.4 may be a little bit hopeful. Now, it's not exactly a slouch by any means, right? But again, it's more about comfort. and the buttery smooth drive. And that's thanks to the adaptive variable suspension, which is standard across the range. And it means that you can swap between sport mode, normal mode, eco mode. I'm currently in sport mode, so it sort of stiffens everything up. It makes the steering a little bit more responsive. But again, this car is more for cruising for me. I don't think you need to be throwing it around corners or into mountain passes for anything. I think pop your family in here and go for a lovely drive, you know, take it away for the weekend, and you're going to be super comfortable, very happy. The previous generation RX just had a few too many niggles. I think it's felt a little bit outdated when compared to its rivals. But now that Lexus has done away with all those annoyances, we're left with a truly striking, modern, and comfortable offering in this segment. Would I take it over a BMW X5 or an Audi Q7? I think I would, and I never thought I would say that.